Hello there, this is the Bookkeeping Master on YouTube. Welcome to another free Sage tutorial video. In this video, I'm going to go through the credit charges feature on Sage 50 Cloud and Sage 50 accounts. What is the feature for? It's for automating the process of accounting for late payment interest. So if the business you work for, the business you're accounting for, charges late payment interest to customers, so that's customers that receive an invoice and don't pay within payment terms receive an interest charge, then the credit charges feature may come in handy. Obviously you can calculate the interest manually and then add an invoice for that interest to the customer's account, but just like all the features on Sage, this just automates things, makes it quicker to calculate and post that interest charge. The first thing you need to do is ensure that you have a credit charges nominal code. If you're using the default layout of accounts on Sage, it should be a 4000 code, so like a sales or revenue code. If you don't have one, you can add one, but just make sure that if you go to settings up here and go to control accounts, that the credit charges account, wherever it is down here, matches the nominal code that you've created on the nominal list. Matches the code here on the chart of accounts. So 4400 is my credit charges nominal code, 4400. The next thing you need to do is ensure that your late payment interest rates are set up. And the way we do that is by going to settings at the top here, clicking on configuration, and then under the terms tab to the right here we have our customer finance rates. You set a date from the central bank base rate and then what you're charging on top as an addition. So it could be that your additional rate is 0%. So that means it will charge the 4% base rate. But let's do this at, say, 2%. So we have our date from, our base rate, and our additional charge on top. These figures are totally hypothetical, it's up to you. What you put in the additional, the base rate must match the current base rate set by the central bank. You can add more here, more finance charges. You can obviously edit this and you can delete it. So all the features are just within this box and these three buttons below. So I have 4% plus an additional 2% from the 1st of November 2022. So if you have your credit charges nominal code and the configuration for customer finance rates has been set up, you're almost good to go. The last thing you need to check is any customers that you want to charge late payment interest actually have, under credit control, can charge credit ticked. That's not always ticked by default. I don't know if I can find one. But sometimes you'll find that there's customers that don't have that ticked. This one does. If it doesn't have it ticked, it's under the credit control tab in the customer record. If it doesn't have it ticked, it's not going to show in the credit charge feature. And I'll go through that in a moment. Okay, so we're all good to go. Let's just add an invoice. So we have example customer 1 here. Let's just check their activities. There's a couple of transactions here. Nothing outstanding. So let's add an invoice. And let's say the invoice is for the 1st of December 2022. It was due the end of December 2022. Invoice 123, let's say for £5,000. Obviously you'd fill in the details. I'm just adding this dummy invoice and not filling in the details just to save time. So it's the 31st of December it was due. Currently it is the 23rd of February. So that invoice, if it hasn't been paid, is overdue, and we can add a late payment charge. If we just go to this customer's record, make sure the terms are agreed. Here we go. This is not ticked. Can charge credit. If that's not ticked, it's not going to appear when I do the credit charges feature process. So let's tick that and save. Let's say we want to charge interest now, late payment on interest for the £6,000 that's owed. We go to credit charges. We go to next. It always asks you to back up your data. I suggest you always back up your data before you're doing anything new on Sage or anything that alters the information. So enter the charges. So you enter the date the charges are up to. It doesn't include the date you set. So if I set this, say, as the 1st of March 2023, then it will do up to the end of February. So if we do the 1st of February, it's going to do up to the end of January, to 31st of January 2023. Choose your department that you want the credit charges to be allocated to. Let's click next. You select the customer. You can select multiple customers if you like, so you can process many credit charges all in one go. So if it's done like on a monthly or weekly basis, you can do this process just once a week, once a month for all the customers, for all the overdue invoices. So we have example customer 1. Here we go. We'll select them. Obviously you can select multiple customers. We'll click next. It will then show all overdue invoices for the customers you've selected. So I've selected 10 customers and each have an overdue invoice. There'll be 10 invoices showing in this box. There's just the one. You have to select the transactions that you want the late payment interest to be charged to. So once again, you go through, select all the invoices you want. It could be that you've selected some customers and only a few of their invoices are overdue. So you just select those overdue invoices, not the current ones. If we now click next, we're asked to check the transactions. You don't have to tick them off or anything. You just go through the list and check them. I only have one. We then click post. It then gives you the credit charges at the interest rate set, so 4%. That's 6%. So that's 4% plus the 2% additional rate. And then let's exit. It's now going to load for a while and jump around. It takes a while to post these charges. Almost done. Okay, looks like that's done. So if we have a look at the activity now, for example, customer 1, you can see our credit charges showing £31.56. It's calculated it automatically for us, and it's showing on their account as outstanding. If I now go to the nominal codes and go to 4,400, our credit charges account, and run the activity, you'll also see that the 31.56 is here, 1st of February. So it's been posted to the nominal code as revenue, and it's showing as outstanding on that customer's account. Hopefully this has helped. Feel free to like, subscribe. I have so many free Sage videos. I can teach you everything and anything about Sage. Just check them all out. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you in another video.